It's now 6 o'clock right here on Big Breakfast. Today FM, today's hit music.
Hey, I'm Pauline.
And I'm Alan. Tune in to the Breakfast Show on Today FM with Pauline and I every weekday morning
From 6 a.m. to 9 a.m.
right here on Today FM, today's hit music. Today FM, today's hit music.
In this bulletin, Prime Minister Voreqe Bainimarama has assured indigenous Fijians that their rights and ownership of land is safe. A new merit system used by the Education Ministry to evaluate staff now allows the Minister and Permanent Secretary the prerogative to hire and fire. And the Vodafone Fiji 7 side has qualified for the Cup quarterfinals of the Las Vegas tournament. And this is FBC News. Prime Minister Voreqe Bainimarama has assured indigenous Fijians that their rights and ownership of land is safe. Opening the community outreach programs last night hosted by the Itoke Affairs Ministry, the PM says the Itoke don't have to worry about their rights and ownership of land, which is secured in the 2013 Constitution. Sakio Sanaivua reports.
More than 100 people turned up last night at Rewanga in Suva to witness the efforts of the Itoke Affairs Ministry in launching a new community outreach program. This was also an opportunity for members of the public to seek clarifications from the government.
I've always believed that direct engagement with ordinary people is the most important thing for government to do. And on a personal level, it reminds me about the great trust the Fijian people have put in me and my government to protect the interests, to grow in the economy and to create the jobs that we all know are needed.
Bainimarama says, as a nation, we have taken a huge step forward after the elections when the Fijian people gave the Fiji First government a decisive mandate to continue their reform programs.
My fellow Fijians, the appointment must be by merit, with all people being given equal opportunities. We must deal with everyone in an open, clear and transparent basis.
Most of the questions raised last night were addressed by the Itoke Affairs Ministry, the Itoke Land Trust Board and other related ministries. Sakio Sanaivua, FBC News.
There is a new merit system used by the Education Ministry to evaluate staff. Education Minister Dr. Mahendra Reddy clarified in Parliament that under new legal provisions, the Minister and the Permanent Secretary have the authority to hire and fire civil servants. Ritika Pratap reports.
The new system being used by the Education Ministry to evaluate the teachers and administrative staff is called Excel Matrix.
Last year late, we decided to fix the anomalies found in the promotion criteria, and we came up with a matrix, Excel matrix, where we would give points to start applicants based on the number of service, number of years of service, number of years of rural service, new qualifications that they've acquired, additional points. Any adverse HR report will get negative points, and the previous rank.
Dr. Mahendra Reddy says the new system before implementation was widely consulted upon.
This matrix was extensively consulted with the unions, and all of them, it's all minuted, agreed overwhelmingly to support the new matrix. Despite all this, we still did consultation in good faith.
The minister says the 1993 job evaluation was replaced a long time ago with series of evaluations, and the 2013 Constitution also states that ministry has the authority to determine all matters pertaining to the employment of all staff in the ministry.
The unions and the honourable member are still living in 1993. After that, there was another JER, which was the Mercer report, which was implemented by the PSC. Subsequent to that, the PSC then came out with two more circulars which determined the MQR, new MQR, as well as the selection criteria, followed by the 2013 Constitution, which removed the authority from PSC and gave it to the Minister and the Permanent Secretary, allowing them to set the MQRs and the selection criteria.
The minister was responding to questions by opposition MP Anare Vande. Ritika Pratap, FBC News.
The Pacific Islands Development Forum is expected to have a draft establishment agreement in place by August. Outgoing PIDF Secretary General Feleti Teo says the agreement will set out the long-term institutional and governance arrangements of the organization. Maggie Boyle tells us more.
The Pacific Islands Development Forum taking another significant step in establishing itself as a formidable regional organization.
The PIDF agreement will be the foundation document for the organization, as it is intended to prescribe the long-term institutional arrangement for the Pacific Island Development Forum as an international organization. The terms of reference that was sanctioned by the leaders entail or envisages a highly consultative and highly participatory process, meaning that there is a need for as many stakeholders as possible from all sectors of the community.
Outgoing Secretary General Feleti Teo says the forum will ensure its definition has contributions from all its stakeholders prior to the Leaders' Summit in August.
Representation at the PIDF Annual Summit include representative from government, representative from civil society and the private sector. So the intention behind the process was to have a highly consultative process, so that all stakeholders in these three sectors have the opportunity to contribute in defining and developing this agreement.
Tasked with drafting the agreement is an independent consultant, a Dr. Michael O'Keefe, who says the forum's financing already sets it apart.
Core funding for the Secretariat being provided by the region for the region. So therefore, the Secretariat's funding and operation will be independent of development partners. Development partners will be most welcome to cooperate with the Pacific Islands Development Forum in undertaking and implementing projects, but the actual operation of the Secretariat will be funded by the members.
Only 2 years old, the Pacific Islands Development Forum continues to make inroads. In less than 5 months' time, the forum expects to have an institutional document that would lay its foundation. It also expects to announce then a Secretary General. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
The Fiji Women's Crisis Center estimates that almost 2 out of 3 women who have been in an intimate partner relationship experience physical and or sexual violence by an intimate partner or husband in their lifetime. Fijian women, girls, transgender, men and boys today celebrated Valentine's in the capital by joining the global initiative 1 Billion Rising in the fight against violence against women and girls. This flash mob of close to 50 people stopped the public at MHCC to pause and reflect on the fight against violence, waving placards and dancing to express their advocacy. 1 Billion Rising Fiji coordinator Roshika Deo says the event is the first of a build-up in a series that's going on for 3 years now.
It's on the 26th of this month at FNU. That is in partnership with the Fiji National University, where we're doing the My Revolution monologues. So you'll get to hear young girls and women and trans women share the experiences of what a revolution looks like. So you'll get to hear about political experiences, you'll get to hear on 50 Shades of Grey and many, many other things. So this is a build-up. Today we are rising. Over 200 countries on this day of Valentine are rising and saying that this is a day of love, this is a day of empowerment, not a day of violence, and it's time that we end violence against girls and women so that we can truly celebrate love for what it is.
Deo says the 1 Billion Rising initiative has been leading the way in creating safe spaces for girls, women and trans women to use dance, monologues and artistic expressions to share their experiences and live realities. Coming up after the break, Film Fiji aims to secure 4 feature films this year after landing a hit-scoring Chinese film shot entirely in country.
Pula FM number 2 na sera na iwan siningon na ni Batara ni Sibiti Kubekian na diwa en na tini na miniti na may pagkuriti ora beng grabe na nonton nonong kan na dapat ko ni ro na kaloko en ay kaben den debo ni na tay bali ni may dapat ko na wani matakabo kan lib sarti ko na biser tali ni na namaka do ba tay may kina na kenan daw ro ko di kanamaki. Pula binaka. Leo salamilawa. Do patakia wana pakatara newa ni vio na kaloko. Moni tiki na barumbuka. Ena Mbula FM nampan 2 ena sere.
Welcome back. This is FBC News. Fiji has, to the envy of a lot of other film commissions around the world, secured the feature film Dead, Where Are We Going?, which was shot here in Fiji. This was made possible with the help from Fiji Airways in collaboration with the government.
It is a sequel to the most successful non-3D Chinese feature film ever in history. It is an adaptation of the successful TV series that is aired in China to a viewership of 75 million viewers per episode per week. So this is a major significant exposure for Fiji and to the filming industry locally. The challenges are not as great. It's more of getting the procedures and the systems more efficient than they were. Going back and clearing out the old provisional approvals and old documentation that was still pending and clearing all those out. We've managed to do a lot of that in the last 6 months, and through the support of government, being able to clean out and get the plate right for new business to come in this year, or a production house to come to Fiji, which includes the air travel and the accommodation, plus the fact that Film Fiji can provide location and on-the-ground assistance for production. That was the first step towards trying to improve and grow this and develop this industry.
Fiji Airways reported an on-time performance of 75.92% in January compared to 78.86% in December and 81.60% in November last year. Fiji Link recorded an OTP of 86.90% in January compared to 92.49% in December and 89.30% in November 2014. Fiji Airways Group Chief Executive CEO Stefan Pichler says it is a concern that the OTP has been slightly under par for the first month of this year. He says the company is endeavoring to do much better than this and ensures both airlines remain above the benchmark of 80%. Major factors affecting on-time performance for Fiji Airways were attributed to minor mechanical issues on its B737 aircraft, offloaded passengers and baggage, and adverse weather conditions. Adverse weather and minor mechanical issues also affected Fiji Link. 45 women from hotels across the country have been taking part in a training at Pure Fiji on the A to Z spa treatment. For some, it is an eye-opener about what makes Pure Fiji a premier global brand. For others, it's a refresher about what makes a good spa treatment. Maggie Boyle reports.
The first areas that would be congested. T-zone, right?
Beauty, they say, is in the eye of the beholder. Well, more often than not, it's a good facial and spa treatment that can make the years fall away.
The results come from across Fiji that carry the Pure Fiji products to have refresher training on our protocols and also to have training on anything new that is currently coming out. So we spend 1 day on the body and 1 day on the face.
While this training is an added service by Pure Fiji to take care of its clients, the takeaway for these therapists is invaluable.
I've been moving on with different in the hotel industry. It's first time I've been working for Royal Ndavui, so I came into to the refresher course just to upgrade the standard of the 5-star resort. So that's why I came back to come into refresher course just to up skills and have upper level for other therapists out there which they are willing to learn.
One of the most interesting one is Dilo rescue gel, and it's very good especially most of our guests we come across that in sunburn as they like and they come into Fiji, they normally go for they want color, So most of them, they come into our spa, they all attend. So that's one of our main best-selling.
Well, this is a great platform for all of the leaders to be part of this exciting event every year. So, and this year has been quite great as well because, they have been introducing some new products as well. So the takeaways from this platform is basically, we will go and cascade these informations to our people, and then they can enhance their knowledge and deliver the expected services to our guests.
Given the tourism trade for Fiji, spas are becoming an integral part of any hotel establishment. While it still remains a niche market, there is potential for its growth. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
It was a double celebration last night at the China Club, celebrating Chinese New Year and the launch of a new investment company in Fiji. A new Hong Kong-based business known as Skyline Estate Investment Group Limited launched its company at the China Club in Nasese, Suva. Ritika Pratap reports.
The company was set up last year and specializes in real estate and investment. It also has businesses in other countries in Europe.
The Skyline, our company, is just set up in Fiji. So we like to announce to let the people know our company group, we are here and we will do a lot of things to help people, help nation to build some new opportunities.
Alan Cheng says the establishment of his company in Fiji is contributing to its economic growth.
We're doing our best. We want to set up a good the project, and we want create more job and more opportunity. Let the tourists come to Fiji.
The launch went hand in hand with one of the most significant celebrations in Asia, Chinese New Year.
Most important holiday in China. So even not only in China, in Japan, in Hong Kong, in Korea, even Taiwan, it's a very important holiday because the Lunar New Year. So all the overseas and Chinese, we are celebrate for the family union, and we are celebration all the happiness together.
According to Chinese astrology, each year, starting from Chinese New Year, is associated with an animal sign occurring in a 12-year cycle. This year is the year of the goat. Ritika Pratap, FBC News.
Students of the University of the South Pacific are expected to benefit from a wide range of developing programs to be offered in 2015. Yesterday, USB launched a series of initiatives to create awareness on their partnerships within the Pacific region. The launch was done in conjunction with the launch of the European Year for Development with the theme Our World, Our Dignity, Our Future.
The month of February is the education theme for the European Year of Development 2015, and the theme, as you can see behind me, for the whole European Year of Development is Our World, Our Dignity and Our Future. And so that really is a testament to how important education is, because education gives you the future. So,
at the moment, the University of the South Pacific is the leading university in the region and aims to develop more programs that's affecting Pacific Islands like climate change, economic development, to host social programs as well. Coming up on FBC Sports, Fiji qualify for the Cup quarters and will take on New Zealand in their last pool match tomorrow, and ICC Cricket World Cup gets underway.
My name is Luca. I live on the second floor.
Gold FM, only the classic hits. I hope you're having fun so far. You're listening to The Ride, and I'm Kara, taking you through your afternoon. Stay with me to listen to more awesome classics right here on The Ride. Bulabinaka for awesome sounds in the afternoon. Wonderful, wonderful classics. Join me on The Ride every weekday right here on Gold FM, only the classic hits from 2 to 7.
Just don't ask me what it was. I think it's 'cause
Leading sports tonight, the Vodafone Fiji 7 side has qualified for the Cup quarterfinals of the Las Vegas tournament. The side won both its pool matches, defeating Wales 28-24 in their second encounter.
HSBC Sevens World Series continues here in Vegas, and that's a beautiful take right off the kickoff. Kunatani breaks clear. Semi Kunatani sets free. Viliama Mata. That is a big punch. Who else? Semi Kunatani saves the day. Now fires across to Rawatha. Rawatha breaks clear from one. Rawatha over the 22. Forget the chase. Save your legs. Rawatha's going to grab feet. This game, across we come now to Rawatha. Just storming over the top and laid the pass on. It's going to be play on, and we're going to have... Penalty was Rawatha. On they go again. Palming off. Cruising over.
Meanwhile, Samisoni Viriviri scored a first half hat-trick to give the Vodafone Fiji 7 side a 36-0 win over Samoa in the first match. The Fijians showcased good offloading skills and also kept the Samoans scoreless with some hard-hitting tackles.
The ball gets out of there and away goes Fiji as Viriviri. Yes, sir. Can I be the first to say?
Do it, Bill, do it.
Very, very good. Something well prior to that as Kunatani fighting it off and in turn finds Viriviri. And yes, you can say, Sammy, put it down. And my buddy's trying to run it too, and on the restart, taken away by Viriviri. Looking for the hat trick, and he does to the corner. For Fiji. So is Sitabani Vanka. And there is Viriviri. Nice pass to Jerry. No, not Jerry. Baramalua spins it to Kalinasau. Kalinasau, man outside, a little delay, but it should be enough for Ravovo. Yes! Tani coming back the other way. Kalinasau, the offload. Here comes Kunatani. Semi Kunatani.
The pool matches continue tomorrow, after which the quarterfinals will be played. The semi-finals and finals will be played on Monday. Remember, you can watch the tournament live on FBCTV and catch live commentaries on Bull FM. The Nandi football side has moved to the top of the Galaxy Premier League points table with a 1-0 win over Lambasa today. 17-year-old Chalame Vukivuki scored the lone goal for the Jet Setters in the first spell. In the matches tomorrow, Lautoka will host Tailevune Tasiri at Churchill Park, Nandronga hosts Ba at Lawanga Park in Singatoka, and Suva takes on Rewa at the ANZ Stadium in the capital. Meanwhile, in the Senior League match between Raki Raki and Vatukola scheduled to take place tomorrow at the FSC grounds has been postponed due to bad weather. The Como cricket team will now keep the Perpetual Cup for at least another week in the Suva Local League Association. The team successfully defended the cup after they defeated the Punjabi Tigers by 6 wickets at Albert Park in Suva today. The Tigers batted and could only manage 111 runs in 20 overs with a loss of 9 wickets. In reply, Como easily reached the target within 13 overs with 6 wickets to spare. The league continues next Saturday. The ICC Cricket World Cup got underway today. Meanwhile, India takes on Pakistan in a much-awaited match tomorrow. The Brumbies rugby side made a good start to their Super Rugby campaign with a 47-3 thrashing of Reds in Canberra last night. The Brumbies went to the top of the Super Rugby standings and became the first team to score a 4-try bonus point in 2015 with the opening round victory. Meanwhile, in another match last night, the Rebels shocked the Crusaders with a 20-10 win, while the Hurricanes defeated the Lions 14-8 this morning. The Brumbies face the Chiefs in New Plymouth next week on Friday. A committed and passionate display by the Indigenous All-Stars saw them come from behind to defeat the NRL All-Stars 26 in last night's Harvey Norman NRL All-Stars clash. This was Indigenous All-Stars' third victory since the All-Stars concept was introduced in 2010. And lastly, Valentines were celebrated today across the country and sales of all things lovely soared. Sakyus Naivua visited a few shops in Suva and files this report.
Flowers, From florists to jewelers to clothing stores, the love was clearly being spent on Valentine gifts.
During this Valentine
Oh, it's very good.
Many people have been coming to buy flowers?
Yes, yes. Was surprising you. And another thing I know is they go for our own local one, our own Fiji free flowers.
Can you just explain on that, on the type of flowers they've been buying, the local one that we...
Well, our local one is the Imperium, Orchid, Heliconia, and Ginger, and Daisy.
Oh, so far we are doing good.
Have there been many people coming?
Yes, plenty. We are selling lots of stuff for Valentine. Actually, before this Valentine, almost all of our stuffs are already sold.
What kind of stuff that have been most...
Today we are doing very good. Today is the Valentine's Day, and my customers are buying gifts only for their loved ones today, taking out the laybys, like we give them 3 months, and they are very proudly, they are very happy, with full of love and smile. They are coming and just taking the gifts.
Very busy this times because we got plenty ranges in Korean and costume jewelries for Valentine gifts. So the sale is going very good.
Valentine is going good this year, much better than previous years, and plenty lovers they come. It's making difference to our business also, but last minute they shopping, it's good. It's turned up nicely. Hope next year is much better.
Valentine is celebrated every year all over the world, and for Fiji, every year it gets bigger and better. Sakyu Sanevua, FBC News.
Today's weather was wonderfully hot, countrywide, fine weather with a mix of cloudy thunderstorms expected in the afternoon. And the hot scorching weather saw an average of 31 degrees across the islands. A high of 32 degrees was experienced in the capital, Lautoka, Sabu-Sabu and Lambasa. Tomorrow expect more same weather with fine and cloudy periods and afternoon thunderstorms and showers expected countrywide. Further outlook, brief showers over the interior and eastern parts of larger islands. Elsewhere, fine apart from afternoon or evening showers. Isolated thunderstorms expected. East to northeast winds 10 to 50 knots. Moderate seas, moderate southeasterly swells. Recapping our main stories, Prime Minister Vorenge Bainimarama has assured indigenous Fijians that their rights and ownership of land is safe. A new merit system used by the Education Ministry to evaluate staff now allows the Minister and Permanent Secretary the prerogative to hire and fire, and the Vodafone Fiji 7 side has qualified for the Cup quarterfinals of the Las Vegas tournament. On to our poll question this week, we ask, do you agree that the Fiji flag should be changed? Visit our FBC website to take part. Remember, you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email citizensize@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via our Facebook page, FBC News, or if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC News or simply hashtag FBC News. That's news tonight. We'll be back again tomorrow. Good evening.
बॉलीवुड हीरो पंती रे Get this.
हीरो सपना दिखेला बंद करो।
क्या करूं यार, सबको आती नहीं, मेरी जाती नहीं।
मिर्ची मस्त मॉर्निंग में हूँ अश्निल सिंह।
हाय, मैं हूँ काजल।
शामिल हो जाए हमारे साथ मंडे टू फ्राइडे
6 AM to 9 AM।
मिर्ची FM, it's hot.